Good afternoon. Today we will continue to study about an adverb. We will start this class from studying the roles of an adverb. There is a class. He's the very first student. The adverb very emphasizes the definition of the determiner first to specify the subject indicated by the noun student, so that the range of the subject indicated by the noun student is strictly specified. The definition of the determiner first is to set the predetermined range of the indication by the general noun student. The specification by the definition of the adverb vary for the definition of the determiner first is applied to set the range of the indication by the general noun student more sophisticatedly. We can focus on the subject that is indicated by the phrase of the general noun first student, that is according to the definition of the determiner first. We can understand the reinforcement for the definition of the determiner first by the description of the adverb vary. So we can think of an order where the student exists. The description by the adverb vary is applied to the specification for the narrow range of the subject. There is the second example. She's really humble. The adverb really emphasizes the intensity of the definition that the adjective humble conveys to specify the condition of the subject, who is a female and not a participant in the conversation. From the description by the adverb really for the definition of the adjective humble, we can understand that the speaker puts a huge accent on the description by the adjective humble for the subject as the subjective complement. We can understand that the speaker intends to reveal the emphasis of the speaker for the subject to be described by the adjective humble, in a way to reveal that the speaker is honest in describing the condition of the subject with the adjective humble. The third role of an adverb is to describe the definition of another adverb applied in the same clause. There is a clause, I love you so much. The adverb so is applied to specify the definition of the other adverb much that describes the definition of the transitive verb love. The word much is applied as a determiner or an adverb. In this clause, the word much is applied as an adverb to specify the definition of the transitive verb love, while specifying the magnitude. The other adverb so is according to this description, this explanation, because the adverb so specifies the intensity of the description by the adverb much. So the listeners can understand the intensity of the description by the adverb much from the specification by the other adverb so. Applied in a clause. The adverb so specifies the intensity of the definition that another adverb much conveys. The adverb much emphasizes the definition of the transitive verb love. Thus, the adverb so describes the definition of the transitive verb love indirectly. The adverb much describes the definition of the transitive verb love at first. The adverb so describes the definition of the adverb much. So we can understand that the adverb so describes the definition of the transitive verb love in the indirect way. The fourth role of an adverb is to reveal the logical relationship between two clauses with a description about the verb in the other clause. There is an example that the two clauses are included. I miss them so much. However, the independence is the purpose of the education. The conjunctive adverb, however, is applied to reveal the correlation between the definition of the be verb and the definition of the transitive verb miss in the previous clause. The condition of the subject, the independence, is understood in the prior context with the definition of the conjunctive adverb, however, to describe the definition of the transitive verb miss in the previous clause. From the definition of the conjunctive adverb, however, we can understand that the intent of the speaker delivered in the first clause is contrary to the intent of the speaker delivered in the second clause. The opportunity to learn from a teacher may be provided by the one who allows us to practice the lesson that we learned from the teacher. So Jesus Christ our Lord may intend us to do exactly the same as the lesson from the teacher. After the period of the education is complete, the student may be able to practice the lesson from the teacher. The conjunctive adverb, however, reveals that the condition of the speaker in the first clause is in the opposite relationship with the condition of the subject indicated by the phrase of the noun, the independence, in the second clause with a comma. The conjunctive adverb, however, in the second clause describes the transitive verb miss in the first clause.